Good afternoon from Marie at messymcreations. I am coming to you from a slightly damp Leighton Buzzard. Hopefully the weather is being kind to you wherever you are. If you are watching live, please do say hi. If you are watching on catch up, do say hi to let me know that you've caught up with the video. So this week we are playing with the Forever Greenery Suite from the catalogue, page 100 and 809, the main catalogue. So we are playing with the colours Garden Green, Pear Pizzazz, Just Jade, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce and Soft Seafoam. So I have all of those out and I have the suite to hand. So it's Wednesday, so that means one sheet wonder. Tomorrow evening, after I've been to the hairdressers, I shall be doing a bit of simple stamping, and then on Friday's session we will go all out playing with the set and the dies and the complete suite, because we also have little embossing folders, so we will introduce that through the week. We also have the most gorgeous ribbon with this set, so there's this lovely cream soft ribbon and a nice gold thread as well, so I have it all. Oh, and not forgetting our little gold hoops as well, so they will come into play on Friday. So today, well, no, I'm not going to use it today on a one sheet wonder. So previously with our background stamps, I have always mounted them prior to using them on a one sheet wonder, which means that I have the cling stamp on it. So this one is a new one that I've just bought, dry brush. So I have not mounted it onto the cling to give it a go if I need to fill any gaps in. So they're the only sets that I'm using today. So I had, there we go, that's what we need, a piece of blank card to get playing with. So hi Carol, hi Jane, hope you're both well. Anybody else watching? And reveal yourself. I won't bite, I promise. So what should we start with? I'm going to go with a mid green. I'm going to go Just Jade, and I'm going to use the largest of the stamps. I'm not going to ink the main stalk up on that one, because I don't necessarily want the whole stalk. That's a, she says as she inks up the stalk. Let's stamp that one on the edge. Just wipe that stalky bit off. It's not, oh, I've done it again. Oh, here we go. It's a classy Wednesday. So again, I'm using my favourite shimmery white card as a background, and if you caught my post when I was doing my Joseph's Coat card, you will have seen potentially the same colours on the two different backgrounds. So I did one on a plain white background and one on a shimmery white, and you can kind of see the difference between the two. Let's go Shaded Spruce with, I think, this small one. So this is all kind of leaf inspired with Forever Fern. Hi Jeanette. I hope everybody's well. My heating's on. Got a week off in, oh, countdown, 10 days, week on Saturday. which is in Devon, our aborted holiday from March. So I'm sensing I'm going to be packing for cold, wet weather, but no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. That's the joy of going on holiday in this country. Is I'm going to use, let's go Pear Pizzazz. Going on holiday with in this country with your car, because you can take everything with you. So I haven't really thought how I'm going to cut this one up as yet, so we'll see how the design comes out. I'm kind of grouping it a little bit. Playing around, which is the fun thing to do. And obviously I am lucky in that I have all the shades. I've actually seen some beautiful cards for Christmas in this design, using this set, so it really does work with any colours. Just this week I thought I would stick with the colours from the suite. Let's stop with that Pear Pizzazz for now. And Pretty Peacock, should we have a bit of Pretty Peacock in there? Maybe go, I've got the lovely dotty. So I've got the dots and the dry brush to potentially infill any gaps that I feel appear. And I've also, with the evenings drawing in, got a new lamp, so I'm lit from both sides, so I'm hoping that that looks better for you and you've still got a few shadows. I think when I think can't eliminate shadow completely unless I lit it from above and was very clever. Actually, even that would potentially cause a shadow, wouldn't it? So you can see the difference there with using first generation and second generation, so nothing says we have to use the first generation. I might even pop a third generation into there. That's quite a nice pale. So then I seem to have got a bit of a wavy thing going on, so I'm wondering, let's use our last leaf and I might go with a bit of soft, no, let's go garden green and maybe use the soft sea foam for a bit of infill. Then we might just need to think how we're going to cut that up. So we have the option just to straight cut it into 4. It was middle son's birthday yesterday, so I did a little one sheet wonder in a male colour. And what amused me no end, yeah, I don't get a lot of praise from David for my crafting. However, what I had done, I don't know if I've got a sample here of one that I did do in the same way. Oh yeah, so this one. So just to distract slightly. So this was a one sheet wonder that I did, and then the piece that I had cut off, I created this line on the inside. So that essentially is a piece of the same One Sheet Wonder just cut off in a centimetre strip. And he noticed. He was well impressed. So I also felt quite proud. It's always nice if someone really appreciates what you've created for them. It makes me happy. So yeah, I do think if you have little strips left over, then always worth adding in. I'm just going to do a bit of infill with, so what I'm going to do in the first instance, I'm going to use the soft sea foam and this. So what you can do when you haven't got the cling on this makes it a lot easier. You can see we've got this kind of nice bit of ridgy pattern, so I'm kind of just folding it and rolling it onto the ink, and just gonna add a little bit doing the usual thing of forgetting that I can move the bit of card, which is always an option that we have available to us. Moving the card around. Don't know why I become incapable of doing that when I'm doing a One Sheet Wonder. If any answers on a postcard. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this around the place. I can tell you, not having the cling on there makes it an awful lot easier. And I can't say cling on without thinking of Star Trek still. Which either makes me slightly sad or slightly weird. Feel free to make your own decisions there as well. Hi Ali! So what I am question mark thinking is, do I need to do more in the centre here? So I'm just going to put some of these little blobs, and I do like a little splob stamp. Just takes out some of that white background. I can't always embrace white space. I'm trying to learn that there isn't anything wrong with white space. Adds a little bit of interest around the place. So what I am thinking and wondering is, I'm just going to shut that for a moment. I have, for whatever reason, I've had a bit of a flow around here. Got a splosh there and a splosh there. Technical terms, offs. So part of me is, if I consider cutting that into 4, I could think I've got some nice white space to put a sentiment in. That might work. Or I'm wondering whether I need to infill that centerpiece. I do feel I need a little something there, so I might use the smaller. Actually, let's try that on a second generation. Somehow I just need to connect that. If that makes any sense whatsoever to any of you. What should we run with? Leaving it as white space, or in filling that centrepiece. Just maybe it's because we need to connect the edges. Just having a little thought process to myself. Well, it would work potentially quite well on a note card, wouldn't it? Because we could do note cards and cut. Well, nothing stops us, once we've cut it, adding extras on individual cards if we so desire. That is our thought. But I am thinking we could make 6 note cards, couldn't we? Just need to open a new. Oh no, that is open. Because note cards are 9 by 13, so we would then, or I would certainly, hold on, I need to write this down. So if a note card is 9 by 13, our base card would be 8.5 by 12.5, which would mean this one sheet wonder needed to be 8 by 12, which technically was quite an easy maths to do, wasn't it really? That was me being a bit blonde, wasn't it? Which is sort of valid, except I'm growing the blonde out. But anyway, I was being blonde, so 8 by 12, let's see where 12, so 12 would take us to there. Now that would give us a lovely design, but then I haven't got enough to do 12 all the way across, have I? 12, that would be 36, and that does not work because our paper isn't long enough. So our 8s are 24. So we could do 8 and do the 12 down the middle. Oh, it doesn't quite work, does it? Oh, just pulled me charging cable out of my phone. Bear with for a moment while we get that back in. So you're 12. Might do. Might go 11.5 by 7. Well, that's not. I like the idea of 6 note cards. I'm just trying to work with that one. Let's cut it in. Let's go for it. Half. Done. We've got some good choices there. So then, so I'm going to go Let's go 7.5 on that one, because what I'm seeing on that particular piece is a nice area for a greeting there. That one is going to go that way up. I'm going to separate those. I'm doing them both at the same time, and that's not necessarily. But the other thing is, so if we did, what did we decide? 8. See, that would give us a rather nice area for a greeting there, and there's a lovely long. And then nothing says that we can't use that as a standard card with that flow. Gonna put that one to one side. Oh, let's get rid of that. Mind you, would have been on the back, so it wouldn't have been a disaster, would it? It's quite interesting. I mean, this is the joy of a one sheet wonder. If you can cut it up. How big a bit have we ended up with there? 14. So let's do 7 and 7. Because what we're going to end up doing is just having a bigger amount of the base card, and we know what happens is I'm going to go with this one being, that's 4. I'm going to go with this one being, let's get that out of the way as well. Cutting this one at 7 as well. Because I think we've got some quite interesting little areas there for sentiments. Now, where's my stamp set gone? Because this we have To a Friend That Makes Me Smile. Look, that fits beautifully in there. This may be too long on a... Oh, I don't know, that's might be a little bit tight. We might try that. And then we could grab, oh, there's a little hello that would work quite nicely on that one. I'm not going to put that the other way up because, and then we can grab some happy birthday ones, can't we? So where is, oh, do you know what's got some really nice sentiments in? Here's a card. Sometimes this is my go-to because we've got a nice happy birthday which would fit nicely in there. How about I made you a card because you're worth it. That fits quite nicely. There, let's start with those before we get into too much mess on the desk. And I've just remembered I've got an embossing folder on my desk, so let's put those together and then let's work on those. Let's work on those 4. Let's put that one to one side. Let's stick with those 4. We can save those little bits for later. And we're going to have to make some decisions as to the background card. Now, you know my thing is background card has to match the sentiment. That's not doing it for me. Do love Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock. Bit of garden green maybe on one. Just Jade. That might work rather nicely on that one, mightn't it? Which matches the colour I think I used. Yes, that one is just jade. That's rather nice, isn't it? Then, oh, Pear Pizzazz, I think would go rather nice with that one. Oh, sticks her finger in and gets her finger stuck. Then should we do 4 different colours? I like the Pear Pizzazz. Anybody got any favourites? I might cut one of each. And see when it's cut. Because you're sure as eggs is eggs. No, I'll need it at... Yeah, the pear's nice, isn't it? I really like that. So I'm going to cut these down to the... What did we decide? 8.5 by 12.5. So I'm doing 8.5 on there. We know I'm going to use this set all week, so we know these bits that I'm going to cut will be used. What should I just cut that at? Clearly wrong. Oh no, I did 8.5. I've obviously... What have I cut that piece to then? Oh, 8. That's fine. Just having a bit of a moment there. 8 by 12.5 will fit the card. Thought I'd cut it the wrong way, but I do rather, I think, see, all we're going to do is create more. I'm hoping that is literally just going to squeeze on there. So that's narrower. So you can see by having the narrower card, all we're doing is just showing more of the base card. I do like my pretty peacock. There's not a whole heap on these cards. That lends itself to definitely having some embellishments about the place. I think one of my favourites is that pear. So I'm going to cut another piece at 12.5. So the 12.5 just fits exactly to the card base, so will give us just a little bit of additional colour. Or the other way that you could do that would be to cut the matte card, the base card, to the same as the card and have the gap on the card, not in the colour. Do you know what, this one I might just show you the difference between the two and then we will quickly put them together. So that measured 10.5, so this needs to measure 11. So I always work in half centimetres. If you've got any other preference, then that is perfectly acceptable. So I have blocks handy. Let's clean up some of these blocks quickly. I have got more blocks, however, if I move them, you're going to go flying. Stamp that off on the paper so that the ink ends up on the paper, not all over my chamois. Although my chamois always gives you an indicator of what I've been crafting. Can you see the little lady here with her little Christmas tree hat from Gnome for the Holidays, which I was playing with the other day. In fact, I was doing a bit of fun colouring in. Look, we're getting all over the place today, aren't we? Look, I did a little bit of fun colouring in, again using the shimmery white, and I used watercolour pencils. So, right, so again, I like my sentiment of my base card to match. Again, that's just my weird thing. You don't have to do that unless you're in my world and that's your weird thing as well, in which case, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, do you know what I might be able to sneak on? See, that to me just snuggles into that area perfectly. But what I'm wondering is, yeah, that's very dangerous. Except I've lost the box with them all in. Honestly, my craft desk was tidy and now it's not anymore. It seems to be like the easiest thing in the world to mess your craft desk up. Just trying to avoid opening another pack of the gold paper, because I already know that I have a pack. Oh, it's up there. Put it somewhere sensible, because you know what I'm having a thought is these beautiful backgrounds, we could, of course Sod's Law says that's slightly, oh, I was thinking we could put it underneath. Oh, actually, I don't think that sentiment is in quite the right place. So the simplicity of, we're just going to lose the, of course they're the only ones I've actually got in this little open set, so I do have to open my other set. However, I was literally just thinking that fits perfectly, but I don't think that does that gold design of paper any justice. I think we could frame our sentiment, but of course, because I've already stamped it on, well, we could cut those, but let's leave that there for a minute. I'm just having a, what do you think? Going over the top, or is my Pear Pizzazz gone? Pear Pizzazz, there it is. I need a bigger block. I'm going to use this one. sentiment. And then we do need to be quite accurate on how we're placing this. So what I'm hoping is we can pretty much sneak it into that gap. And I think, bingo. It's almost like I planned that, isn't it? Almost. Oh, I need my paper pizzazz again for that happy birthday. I need another block. Now try and keep it all together in the sets. Tap, tap, tap. Fantastic. And we've still got another 4 bits to use on other cards. What I might do on one of the other ones is consider, because if I'd have had that brilliant idea beforehand, I could have positioned that sentiment quite. But how about cutting it in half? We could cut it in half and have it around the base, or even. So that's quite a cute thing to add, isn't it? Tape. Let's start committing to making some cards. Oops. So yes, tomorrow evening isn't until 9 PM, so I shall see how that goes. I'm doing it at 9 because I've got a hair appointment, but then I do wonder sometimes whether it might suit people better to have it in the evening, kind of post having your dinner or properly finishing work, rather than sneaking on at work or while at your desk. I know I'm still working from home, and Boris has asked us to continue to work from home where it's possible, so we'll see. Has anybody got any particular thoughts as to whether 9 o'clock would suit them better or not? I haven't, of course, checked Thursday night's TV as to whether you might all be watching your favourite TV programme. Which is obviously always another option. So I've cut some corners off some of those. I do quite like this opposite corner thing. I might do all the corners on this one. Or let's just try bottom corners. So the world really is your oyster if you do have a corner rounder, as to whether you round all corners, some corners, tops, bottoms, opposites, whatever. You can kind of see it does make a difference. So we've got a straight square, we've got one corner off, we've got opposites and then bottom. I'm still wondering whether that might work coming. No, it won't because of the sentiment. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Obviously that's not going to work because of the sentiments right in the way. No, should we forego that? I've lost my card bases now. Oh, and the other thing I need to show you as well, which is something I originally cased from the beginner's catalogue, and now I absolutely love doing. To sense check myself, I was putting the 5 card bases instead of 4. So I love these little note cards. I think they're fantastic value as well, because you get the note card and the envelope. And one more. They're pre-scored, so all you do have to do, so if you have a bone folder, use a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, then you can use a block or anything that just crisps up that line. But you can see, so the 2 different ones there, you either have the extra green or you have extra white if you end up top and tailing, and they are different. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, Carol. Well, yes, hopefully I'm marginally more entertaining. There is some right drivel on the telly, isn't there? So this was cased from the beginner's catalogue, this envelope design. So I just want to show you how easy this is. Now, if you don't have Stampin' Right markers, you could use a watercolour paintbrush with ink, but literally it's just taking the pen and running it down the flap of the envelope, or you could run it across, whichever way you prefer. So that's the Just Jade. Then we go Pear Pizzazz, so it's taking the fatter end. And it would also work with blends, if you had blends. I would just use whatever you have. Not sure how I managed to create that splib there, but we did. And so that is Pear Pizzazz, and this is Soft Sea Foam. So I've picked 3 colours that I happen to have. I haven't got all the Stamp Right markers at the moment. I have a delivery, well, I had a little delivery yesterday. But I did a class for 2 people on Saturday, so I have another delivery coming later in the week, so I'm getting my other colours in the markers. But how simple and lovely is that as a way to decorate an envelope? Obviously that's a standard size card, but I have also done it when I've gone acrossways. I think it's always nice to decorate the envelope, and you could decorate the front in any way with the stamp set, but I quite like just doing that on the flap of the envelope, because if they haven't known from the front, the minute they go to open it, they know there's something extra special in there. So I think that's nice, quick and simple. So all we have to do is stick these together, and we have the cards for today. I think my only exception on the TV might be David Attenborough. I do like a bit of David Attenborough. Oh, looking for the card bases. I've already got them there. Dopey. I do like a nature programme. I do like a earth programme. And what is he? 94 is he, David Attenborough? I think he's blooming incredible. He's just joined Instagram as well. He's getting down with the world. He's gone all Instagram. But yeah, I'd rather be creative than watch the telly sometimes. So, let's say all we have to do is make sure we stick those on the right way up, and we have relatively quickly got 4 cards and a simple way to decorate envelopes as well. Oh, got a bit of a glue storm going on there. Well, yes, we don't have our cable TV as such at the moment isn't active because we've moved the position of the TV, so we're on internet TV. So we're like you, Carol, we just, you know, kind of catch up with what we want to watch when we want to watch it, which gives a big freedom. Do you remember the days when we used to be tied to, oh my god, I've got to watch the programme at X time because that's when it's on? So I've still got 4 cards that I can make from that single one sheet wonder. That's the 4 that I've made today. So we've showed cutting the different corners off and the different effect that has, but also using the different colour card as a background kind of lifts the card in slightly different ways. In this one I cut the card, base card there to kind of match the size of the card, so we've got more white top and bottom. That one just shows you with a bit more colour side to side, so the choice is yours. Anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed that today. It will be same stamp set tomorrow, simple stamping on card, and then on Friday we will go more avid and we'll get all the rest of the kit out. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care.